Hello, my champs. How are you? Hope all are doing good. So, maths कैसा चल रहा है? So, this has been a very requested topic. In this video, I will be discussing mathematical induction. All the students were saying that when this chapter will be completed, when this topic will be done. So, here I am with this chapter, mathematical induction. So, this topic is in class 11. Class 11 Maths, CBSE, ICSE, it is in both. Now, what exactly is induction? Okay. Now, before starting the chapter, there are some few concepts we need to know. This chapter is very easy. If you understand these few concepts, it will be very easy for you to do all the types of sums. Boards, mains, advanced, all the types of sums you can very easily solve. Okay. Now, the two concepts that we will learn today is deduction and induction. Basically, why do we call it mathematical induction? Why not anything else? Induction ही क्यों? So, any proof, whenever we prove anything, there are only two methods to prove. Either you can prove by deduction or you can prove by induction. So, what is the basic difference between the two? Deduction, what do you mean by deduction? And what is induction? So, deduction is when, first is deduction. Deduction is when a general term is given. General term, general expression, anything which you can generally say is given, and from that you are proving a very specific term. So, we are going from a general term to a specific term. Okay? Now, for example, I am saying humans breathe in oxygen. Okay? Humans breathe oxygen. So, this is a very general term, general sentence we are saying. Humans, it can refer to any humans. It can refer to me, it can refer to you, it can refer to your friend, it can refer to your neighbor, anyone. So humans breathe oxygen. This is a general term. But now if I say Ram breathes oxygen, or maybe Shilpa breathes in oxygen. So what happened? Humans breathe in oxygen was a general term. Now, I am saying Ram breathes oxygen. What happened here? I said if Ram is a human, then he will also breathe in oxygen. So, you see what happened here? Humans say we decided, yes, Ram and Shilpa also are human. So, they also are going to breathe in oxygen. So, from a general term, we decided for the specific names, that is Ram and Shilpa. And this is what we do in deduction. From deduction, we take a general statement and then we prove for a specific term. The exact opposite happens in your induction. In induction, what happens? A specific term is given, a specific terms or specific line expression is given, and from that we will generalize it. We will show that it is for every terms. Okay? So we generalize it. The same example if I take, if I say that Ram breathes in oxygen, Shilpa breathes in oxygen, Ayush breathes in oxygen, all the humans. So from that what we can say? All the humans breathe in oxygen. So what happened? I was taking specific names. I was taking these names Ram, Shilpa, Ayush, all were specific names. But what we induced that? So if Ram is breathing, Shilpa is breathing, Ayush is breathing in oxygen, then all the humans are also breathing in oxygen. So in mathematical induction, basically what we will do now, specific formulas will be given. We have to generalize it using the steps which we will learn in a few minutes and prove that it can hold for all the terms. Whatever terms or whatever expression it will hold, it will be holding for all the terms. Okay. concept is clear. Now for the mathematical expression sums, we need to know the process. Now this process will be for all the sums. There is no other like this sum may we have to do this, in this sum we have to do this. No such thing is there. 3 steps are there in mathematical induction. If you understand it here, you can solve any types of sums again. Now, what are the 3 steps? So, for that I have taken an example of stairs. Now, this person is standing here. This person has to go from this step to this step. Okay? Now, how will it happen? The first thing will be the person has to climb the first step, that is k equal to 1. He has to climb the first step. If it doesn't climb the first step, then obviously he cannot reach here. Okay? So, k equal to 1 is my base step. Okay? This is my base step. Now, he has reached here. Now, how will I be sure that yes, he has climbed from here to here? So, what I will do, I will take any kth step, कोई भी एक step ले लो, maybe this one I am taking. So, what I have to do, I have to make sure that this person is climbing from here till here. Any k is a random, again, k is random. You can take the second step as well, you can take this also, you can take this also. K is any random step. So, the next thing what we are doing, we are making sure that this person did not just stop here. He is climbing to any kth step. So this is my hypothesis. Okay? This is my kth step. Now he has gone there. Now I have to make sure that he is climbing the next step as well. He is not just standing here, he is climbing the k plus 1 step as well. Now if this 3 condition is true, then I can say that this person has reached the final step. The first thing I have to make sure that the first step he is completing, the first part P1, okay, that is the base step. He is climbing the first step. Next I have to make sure that any random kth step you are picking up, he is standing there. Okay, that is my hypothesis. Now when I am sure that he has climbed the first as well as the hypothesis step, I have to make sure that he is climbing the next step as well. If these 3 steps are done, that means I can generalize or I can summarize that this person has jumped from here to here. And that is what we are going to do exactly in mathematical induction. My base step will be to prove P1 is true. The next will be Pk is true. And if this two are true, then I have to show that Pk plus 1 is also true. If these 3 steps are true, my theorem is complete. And that is what exactly mathematical induction is. Okay? So, this is all our concept. Now, let's begin with some numericals, interesting numericals. So, let's start with the first one.
So, for the starters, let us start with a very simple sum, जो already बहुत बार you have already learnt, you know the formula. So, now we are going to solve it with the help of mathematical induction. ठीक है? And that is the sum of n natural numbers. So all of you know the formulas, we have read it. यहाँ पे we will prove it in 2 different ways. So पहले हम लोग mathematical induction से इसका formula निकालेंगे, mathematical induction से इसको prove कर देंगे कि ये true है. जो formula पहले निकालना है with the help of the sum of series, first we will find the formula and then we will prove that yes, the formula which we have actually shown here is true with the help of mathematical induction. Okay? Now, the sum of n natural numbers means what? We have to find the sum of 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 up to the n terms. However you want to take up to n terms, we have to prove. Fine. What is the first number here? That is 1. Okay, this is always going to be true. The first number is always going to be 1 in case of your natural numbers. So we can say that A1, that is the first term of any AP series, is A1, and in this case it is 1. Okay. Next is common difference, that is D. So common difference, as you can see, it is 1. Okay. And finally the last term, AN. So we don't know what is AN, so let us leave it like that. Nor do we know how many terms we are taking. Okay. Now sum of AP series is n by 2, 2a or 2a1 plus n minus 1d. Okay. So A1 is the first term, D is the common difference, and n is the n number of terms. Right? Now let us put the values what we already know here. So n by 2, A1 is 1, so 2, n plus 1, again it is 1. Okay. On simplifying we get 2 plus n minus 1. Okay. So n by 2, and on simplifying the bracket we get n plus 1. So the formula we are arriving is n into n plus 1 by 2. So this is the sum of n natural numbers. अब by formula we have shown that yes, ये formula आ रहा है, but is it correct? Are we correct? उसको कैसे prove करें? तो चलो let us try it with mathematical induction. ठीक है? तो we have got that the sum of this n numbers is n into n plus 1 by 2. ठीक है? So in mathematical induction what we have to prove? We said the first one is the base step. Okay? And in base step we have to show in this case that is P1 is true. Okay? So P1 is true. P1 मतलब सिर्फ एक ही term है and the first term in this case we know is 1. That means मेरा LHS is already 1. ठीक है? Now put it in this formula. Let us put it in RHS. We have, if we put n equal to 1 into 2 by 2, that is again 1. So absolutely correct, P1 is true. We have shown that. The next step will be my hypothesis step. Okay, so hypothesis step. अब हाइपोथेसिस स्टेप में क्या दिखाना है या फिर क्या होता है? हाइपोथेसिस स्टेप में वी से दैट वी आर अज्यूमिंग, वी आर टेकिंग दैट यस P1 अगर ट्रू है तो Pk भी ट्रू हो सकता है. ठीक है? सो वी आर टेकिंग दैट Pk इज ट्रू. ओके, सो Pk इज ट्रू, दैट मीन्स 1 plus 2 plus 3 up to k terms is true. And that will give us k into k plus 1 by 2. This is the formula. Okay. Now finally we have the inductive step. Now in inductive step we have to show that अगर k true हो गया है, if we are supposing that k is true, then we have to show that k plus 1 is also true. ठीक है? So k के बाद और एक term add हो रहा है. That means here we have to show that k plus 1, इसका जो value है that also can be represented in this way, in this term or in this way, in this expression. ठीक है? Now we already know the sum of these terms. इसका sum मुझे already पता है. So what we are going to do? We are just putting it in this formula. Okay, so k into k plus 1 by 2 plus k plus 1. Okay, ठीक है? So k into k plus 1 by 2 plus k plus 1. Okay, this we are getting from the formula and this we are adding. Okay, so let us take the LCM here. So k plus 1 So 2k plus 2, or you can keep it in the bracket like this, 2k plus 1. ये दोनों terms से we can take the k plus 1 common here. So k plus 2 by 2. So ये मेरा simplified हो गया, but हम लोगों को क्या दिखाना है? We have to show that this one is following this rule or following this pattern. So let us see अगर ये follow कर रहा है कि नहीं, because if it is not following, then there is no point in proving it, right? Our main goal is to show that this formula which we have proved is actually correct. So k plus 1. Now instead of writing k plus 2 directly, what we can write is k plus 1 plus 1 by 2. Now if we go back to this step, we can see that this and this are actually alike. So that is our proof. So in the first step we showed that it is our formula using the concept of our arithmetic series sum. We have found the formula, and then using the mathematical induction we proved that actually we are correct. Okay? So this is what we are going to do in the further sums as well. So let's move to the next sum. So in this also we have find the sum of n terms 1 plus 1 plus 2 plus 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus divided by 3. तो इसका हम लोगों को sum निकालना है. Here we don't have to prove here, we just have to find the sum. Okay? Now if you look at the pattern, if I break this term, so suppose मेरा n equal to 1 है. Okay? So I can write 1 plus 1. Okay? Now when I am writing n equal to 2, it is becoming 1 plus 2 plus 2. Okay? Now n equal to जब 3 हो रहा है, then it is becoming 1 plus 2 plus 3 divided by 3. That means we are actually taking the sum of n numbers in the numerator. Okay, n natural numbers we are taking in the numerator, and in the denominator we are taking the number n. Okay, so the sum of n numbers we can write, it is actually sigma or summation of 1 plus 2 plus 3 up to n divided by n. Okay. If we put n equal to 1, 1 by 1. If I put n equal to 2 plus 1 plus 2 by 2. So it is following the pattern. Okay. Now we have got the pattern here. Now my main purpose will be to find the sum of this formula or this pattern. Okay. Now in the numerator, as you can see, it is the sum of n natural numbers. Now in the previous slide we already have found the formula for n natural numbers, and what is that? It is n by n plus 1 by 2 n. Okay, so sigma n plus 1 by 2 n. Now this n is for this part. Now if I cancel out n, we get sigma n plus 1 by 2. Okay. Now 2 being a constant, I can take it out. So this becomes sigma n plus sigma 1. Okay. So n times अगर 1 को हम लोग add करेंगे, so it will become 1. If we are adding 1 numerous times, n numbers of time, so it will become 1. And what about this? Sigma n is again the sum of n natural numbers. So on simplifying, we get n plus 1 by 2 plus n. On further simplifying, we will get n plus 3 by 4. This is my formula or the sum of this term. Okay, so for the next mathematical induction sum, we have this sum 1 into 2 plus 2 plus 3. In this case, we don't have to find the formula for the sum, it is already given. All we have to do is prove that yes, it is correct. Okay. Now in this case it is already given that n should be greater than equal to 1. Okay, so remember that sometimes the conditions are mentioned that for which conditions you have to prove here. Okay, so 1 into 2 plus 3. So again let us start with our base step, that is for P1. Okay, so if we put P1 here, then it will be on the left hand side, it will be 1 into 2, that is 2. Now let us apply the same here, that is for P1, let us prove here. Okay, so if we put in the formula 1 into 2 into 3 by 3, so again it is coming 2. So P1 is absolutely true. P1 is true. Now comes for our step, that is the induction hypothesis step. And hypothesis step, what we are going to take? We are going to take that Pk is true, which means that 1 into 2 plus 2 into 3 dot dot dot, we can take 1 k plus 1 equal to k plus 1 k plus 2 by 3. So this is true, we are taking in the hypothesis. Now in induction step we have to prove that this particular rule which we have written over here is true for k plus 1 as well. Okay? So in k plus 1 what will happen? All these terms will be there. The only thing which will get added is the k plus 1 term. So k plus 1, and here we will take k plus 1 into k plus 2. From this step we have already shown that this particular has the value k into k plus 1 into k plus 2 by 3. So we can just straight away put it here. Now with that we are also adding this particular numbers, k plus 1 by k plus 2. So before calculating further, what we can do here is we can actually take k plus 1 common from both the terms. So let us do that. K plus 1 we took common from both sides. So k into, even in fact we can also take k plus 2 as common. So k plus 2 also let us take common. Then all we are left with is k by 3 on this side, and from this term we are left with just 1. Now taking the LCM we get this one will remain k plus 1 k plus 2, and this will change to k plus 3 divided by 3. Okay, so we have already simplified, but what was our goal? Our goal was to show that yes, after even doing it in k plus 1 it is following this pattern. So is it following the pattern or not? Let us check. So since we were proving for k plus 1 over here in this case, so let us take k plus 1 here. Now k plus 2 can be written as k plus 1 plus 1, and this can be written as k plus 1 plus 2 divided by 3. So yes, it is actually following this pattern. If we replace k with k plus 1, it is actually following this pattern, and hence pk plus 1 is also true. Now if it is true, then by mathematical induction we can say that this rule or this law is actually true. It's very easy. All you need to show is to carefully show the P1 and then take a pk and then finally prove it for pk plus 1. Okay, so now for the third sum we are moving slightly to other difficult ones. Now in this case it's said that n is greater than or equal to 2. So whenever these types of conditions will be given, instead of the base step as 1, in this case we will be taking the base step as p equal to 2, p2. Okay. So if we take P2 over here on the left hand side, we get 1 minus 1 by 2 square. So that is 1 minus 1 by 4, that is 3 by 4. Now putting the same in this formula, remember we will not put here P equal to 1 or P1. We are actually taking for n greater than equal to 2. So here we will take the base step as P2. Okay. So putting P2 in this formula, we have 2 plus 1 by 2 into 2. So 3 by 4. So that means P2 is absolutely true. The next step will be Pk. So if P1 is true, our hypothesis step will be Pk is also true. That means 1 by 2 square, 1 minus 1 by 3 square, 1 minus 1 by 4 square, and so on up to 1 by k square is equal to k plus 1 by 2k. So this is true. We are supposing that this step is true. Now finally we will show that if this is true, then Pk plus 1 is also true. So for that, what we were going to take 1 plus 2 square, 1 minus 3 square, 1 by k square, so 1 by k plus 1 whole square. Okay. Now for this part, we already know what it is going to be. So we can put the value directly here in this case, k plus 1 by 2k. This part is new, so this is going to be multiplied. So let us write it here. This is getting multiplied here. So let us simplify, start simplifying with it, 2k. And this one, if we simplify, it is k square plus 2k plus 1 minus 1 by k plus 1 whole square. Cancelling out 1 k plus 1, we get k plus 1 over here, and this can be written as k square plus 2k divided by 2k into k plus 1. Taking k common from the numerator, we get this as our final answer, where we can cancel out k and we get k plus 2 divided by 2k plus 1. Now again the same criteria, we can represent k plus 2 as k plus 1 plus 1, and this will be 2k plus 1. So yes, it is representing this pattern only, and hence this rule is entirely true. Okay. So this is how we are going to show these sums in our mathematical inductions. Okay, so that was the first part of mathematical inductions, where we have to show Okay, so that was one type of sum where a rule I had been given and I have to prove that using induction it is true. Now this is another type of sum where you have to show that divisibility rules. Okay, here a particular function or particular algebraic expressions will be given, and we have to prove that if a number can be formed in this particular type of expression, then it will be divisible by this particular number. In this case, it is 3. So what it is given? It is given n cube minus 7n plus 3 is divisible by 3. So first of all, always we will start with P1. Let us see if we place P1, that is n equal to 1 in this particular expression, whether or not it is true or is it divisible by 3 or not. So putting n equal to 3, n equal to 1, we get n equal to 1, we get 1 cube minus 7 into 1 plus 3. So 1 minus 7 plus 3, so that is minus 3. Now we know that it doesn't matter if it is negative or positive. We know that minus 3 will be divisible by 3, and hence for P1 it is true. Which means, let us to the second step, where Pk we are supposing to be true. So if Pk is true, then K cube minus 7k plus 3 is divisible by 3. It is divisible by 3. Now, since it is divisible by 3, we can represent it as k cube minus 7k plus 3 as 3m. Okay. So, now for the inductive step, that is k plus 1, that is pk plus 1. Now in pk plus 1, putting the values here, k plus 1 cube minus 7k plus 1 plus 3. So it will be k cube plus 1 plus 3k into k plus 1 minus 7k plus k plus 1 plus 3. So k cube minus 7k plus 3 plus 1 plus 3k square plus 3k minus 7. Okay. Now k cube minus 7k plus 3. From here we already have got that this is equal to 3m. So let us put it here. Now the remaining one, what we are getting here is 3k square plus 3k minus 6. So 3m plus, we can take 3 common from all this 3. So 3k square plus k minus 2. Now if we take 3 common from both this, we get something k square plus k minus 2, where we can show that it is divisible by 3. Okay. So on the similar note, let us do another sum on divisibility. So this is again, we have to prove that this type of expression, if we write any numbers in this type of form, we will be able to show that particular number is divisible by 9. Okay. So here also again the same process, P1, we have to show that it is true. So let us put n equal to 1. So 10 to the power 1 into 1 plus 2 plus 5. So which gives us 10 plus 3 into 4 cube plus 5. So 10 plus 3 into 4, 64 plus 5. So which means if we calculate, we will get 207. Now on checking, we will see that 207 is actually divisible by 9. So which means that my P1 is absolutely correct. Now next thing is, if it is correct, we can take the hypothetical step as Pk to be true, which means that 10 to the power k plus 3 into 4 k plus 2 plus 5 is also divisible by 9. So if it is divisible by 9, we can represent it by 9m. Something with 9m. This will be equal to 9m. Now we will prove the main thing, that is Pk plus 1. So Pk plus 1 will be taking 10 to the power k plus 1, 3 into 4k plus 3 plus 5. So on breaking, we will get 10 into 10 to the power k plus 3 into 4 k plus 2 into 4 plus 5. Now what we can write from here is, from here we can say that 10 to the power k is actually 9m minus 3 into 4 to the power k plus 2 minus 5 plus 3 into 4k plus 2 into 4 minus 5. Okay, so what we did here is actually we just replaced 10 to the power k with the value from this line. Okay, if this is equal to 9m, so we can replace 10 to the power k in this form. Now what? So simplifying it further, we get 90m minus 34k plus 2 minus 5 minus 50 plus 3 into 4k plus 2 into 4 minus 5. Okay, so 50 minus 5, sorry, this one will be plus 5. It is given here plus 5, so this one will be plus 5. So 90m minus 45, if we simplify this portion, it will be minus 45. Now the remaining is this portion, that is we need to simplify this particular portion. Now what we can do from here is we can take 4k plus 2 as common, right? And the remaining portion will be minus 30 plus 12. Now if we simplify here, 90m minus 45 minus 18 into 4k plus 2. So as you can see, all the coefficients are divisible by 9. So we can take 9 common from here and we will get 10m minus 5 minus 2 into 4k plus 2. So again we can represent this whole expression in form of 9 into something. So we can say that this whole thing is divisible by 9 and hence our k plus 1 is also true, and which means theoretically that any number which can be represented in this form is divisible by 9, and that is our proof. Wasn't it simple? Yes, so that is for our mathematical inductions. I have covered almost all the different types of sums that are likely to come in your boards and your mains. So if you follow these types of rules, and especially for the divisible rule, if you follow how to do it, you will be able to solve all the different sums. Now on that note, I have taken some sums, important sums for you, and I have jotted down here. So what you are going to do is, you will solve these sums, try to solve it with the processes which I have already told you, and then if you have any problem, you can contact us back. Okay? So that's it for today's class. So that's it for today's class. Hope to meet you in the next video. Thank you. So that's it for today's concept clearing classes. Hope to see you in another video. Please like, share and subscribe our channel, and for details you can contact on the following numbers or visit our website www.newtongate.in. Thank you.